Are your chickens performing below expectations, or are you dealing with unexplained health issues in your poultry farm? Your water system could be the silent killer unknown to you. Today, I will show you exactly how to clean and sanitize your poultry nipple drinking system or your bird drinking system between different batches of birds that you raise. These are step-by-step guide to eliminate biofilm, bacteria, and hidden contamination that can cost you, the farmer, money in every single batch of birds that you raise. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced farmer, this video will be of a great help to you. Stay back. Water sanitation is one of the most overlooked biosecurity steps in poultry production, being it broilers or layers. Now, biofilms form inside the drinker line, that is the PVC pipe taking water to your nipple or bird drinking system. Now, biofilms are those sticky stuff, those greenish stuff you see in PVC pipe conveying water to your homes and all of that. So it is more pronounced in poultry drinking line because of the medication that you normally apply in your tank that your birds are drinking. Over time, the whole pipe is messed up if you don't flush it as often as possible. But in order to clear them off, you need to regularly flush the nipple line, especially after every batch of birds you raise. Though while your birds are still in the pen, you can still flush it, just to flush it, or you can simply use pressurized water to flush the line so that it will clear most of the biofilms out. Now, biofilm form inside the drinker line, that is the PVC pipe taking water to your nipple or bird drinker over time. These biofilms protect bacteria and viruses from disinfectant. You after every batch, before you stock your new birds, you normally disinfect your drinking system, that is the nipple line, for instance, the pipe. But if there are biofilms formed in the pipe, they will protect the bacteria, the virus, from the disinfectant that you apply. Then they trap organic material and also feed these microorganisms. Now, the medication we commonly use, like the multivitamins, electrolyte, vaccine, antibiotics, and probiotics, even organic medication, all of these can fuel biofilm growth if water lines are not properly cleaned. You can see the advantage of cleaning your nipple drinking system as often as possible. And once biofilm is established, basic flushing won't remove them. This is why we keep flushing the drinking line regularly, just like I said. Now, there are basic steps you need to take to ensure that your nipple drinking line is cleaned as possible. So these steps I will call the 7 steps to cleaning this nipple drinking line. Now, the very first thing you do before undergoing these tasks is, number 1, you must determine the capacity of your tank, your drinking system. You need to determine the capacity. That is, you know the total volume of your drinking system so that you can prepare the correct amount of cleaning solution that will work well for you. For instance, if you are using about maybe the tank you are using, is normally, the tank that you normally apply your vaccine, that is also one. So it's definitely important you include the bigger tank that is always outside. So you need to regularly wash them because of your birds. Now, you need to decide that the size of that tank, including the vaccine doser, that is where you apply your medication. You need to note the size, prepare the quantity that can work well for you. That is the first step you need to undergo. After determining that size of your tank, the next step is to drain the system completely, because I want to believe there will still be some water left in the tank. So you need to open the outlet so that the water can drain out completely. Now, after draining the water, drain all the drinker's line and vaccination or the doser tank as well. If you have a separate tank you normally use to administer vaccine, you need to include this as well. Just like I said, that is the vaccination or the doser tank. You won't want to add your disinfectant to the water already in the tank. Otherwise, the whole process will be defeated. The purpose of the whole process will be defeated. Now, the third step, which you must undergo, we are following it serially now. After determining the size of your tank to know the quantity of disinfectant you should prepare, then you drain the system completely, so ensure that the system is emptied of water. Now, the third step you should take is to bring down the tank and scrub it, because you must see some residue of drugs inside that tank, especially if you are using the organic medication. You will see a whole lot of residue there. You need to scrub it. If possible, you may have to disconnect the tank from the system. The dozer tank, because the other bigger tank outside, you might not need to disassemble that. But if it need be, there might be somebody to enter inside to scrub it properly, drain everything out. That is the third step you take. Now, the fourth step, which you must undergo, is preparing the cleaning solution. Now, you need to mix the cleaning solution exactly as the manufacturer according to manufacturer specification. This is very, very important. You must mix it according to the manufacturer's instruction, using clean containers and warm water if allowed, because this helps a lot in dissolving the disinfectant as quickly as possible, especially if you are using a chlorinated tablet like me, because that's what I normally use to disinfect my watering system. So after doing that, after mixing the disinfectant, using hot water if need be, this is very important. You must note one thing: before working on chemicals, you must wear your protective clothing, as well as eye protection devices like eyeglass that you can use in the farm. Your protective clothing, you must wear them, hand glove and all of that, because you don't joke with chemicals. This is very important. Don't make poultry an exception. You must wear all of this if you are using that, so that they don't harm your skin. Now, the fifth step, which you must undergo after that first step, is introduction of the cleaning solution. Now you have missed it. Remember, before you pour this disinfectant, you must have scrubbed the tank, washed the tank, use water to flush them out, so that the residue will be out before pouring your disinfectant. Now, the fifth step is to introduce your cleaning solution, that is the disinfectant. Now, the sixth step is to push the solution through the pipes. It's not enough to just pour the water inside the tank and leave. No. When you pour the water there, according to the quantity, according to the manufacturer's specification of mixing that disinfectant, pour it in the tank. Then you lift the lines up. Push the solution through the lines. This you do by emptying the mixed disinfectant into the tank and ensure that it fills the entire system. That is, you fill the entire system with the solution. Then open the tap at the end of the drinker line. That is the place where you normally discharge the water if you want to discharge the water in your drinking system. Now let water run. Allow the water to run out until you can observe that, okay, the color of your disinfectant, you can observe your disinfectant is gradually coming out, either by perceiving it or by observing the color physically. When you observe that it's there, you close it back. That is, turn the line off again, so that the water can set properly inside the drinking line to ensure even distribution. This is very important. Allow the solution to fully fill the drinking system, including the nipples or bed drinking line. Now, you let the cleaning solution remain in the system for at least 12 hours. This is very, very important. This is referred to as the contact period. You need to allow it to sit there for at least 24 hours. But in my case, I normally leave it there for 24 hours. This contact time is critical for biofilm breakdown. You don't need to just push in the water. After pushing in the water 1 or 2 hours, you come and then flush it out. No. Allow it to sit there for at least 12 hours or 24 hours. The next day, you come around, then open that type again. Allow the water to flush out. That is the sixth step you must take. Now, the next step, which is the final step, is draining and flushing thoroughly. Now, the disinfectant is there. It won't be good. Your best will be drinking the water that you can still perceive the disinfectant in the system. No. You need to now open, after that 24 hours, open the drinking line, allow the disinfectant to come out, then open the water inlet, allow the water to pump in severally. until you no longer perceive the odor of your disinfectant from the water coming out. Then you know that, okay, it is safe for your birds to be drinking from. This is very, very important so that the whole system will be properly drained off of residue. Now, as you are flushing it out, you observe that all this biofilm that I've been talking about since, you'll be seeing them coming out. You'll be seeing them coming out gradually. So another option you could use to flush it after allowing this disinfectant to sit for about 24 hours is to use a pressurized system to pump air, pressurized air into the system, into the pipe, so that those biofilm can effectively flush out. But if you don't have that, you can ensure that you own the water so that it will flush out severally until you no longer perceive the disinfectant before you know that the water is safe for your birds to be drinking. Now, having done these 7 steps to get your drinking system to be clean, there are things you must avoid while doing this. The very first thing you must avoid is you must avoid the following mistake to ensure the drinking lines or system is properly clean and disinfected. You must drain the line first. I've said that, which is our second step. You must drain it thoroughly before washing and then introducing your disinfectant. Now, the next thing you must avoid is this. You must not overdose or underdose. Apply the disinfectant according to the manufacturer's specification. Don't overdose, don't underdose. Very important. Now, the next thing you must also avoid is you must ensure every end in the limpo line is disinfected. Don't skip any end. No end should be skipped. Ensure they are all disinfected properly. Another thing you also need to avoid is ensure that enough contact time, that is the time between when the disinfectant sits in the system and the time that you come to open the water line for the disinfectant to drain out. That's your contact time. You must ensure enough time, that is between 12 hours to 24 hours. But in my case, I normally leave it for 24 hours before coming to drain the disinfectant out. This is very, very important. Now, the last thing you must avoid is you must ensure you flush properly until you no longer see or perceive any sign of the disinfectant in the water coming out from the lines. I explained this. This is very, very important. Then, the last thing, another thing you also need to avoid is this. While you are disinfecting this system, you must ensure that your birds do not have access to this disinfectant, because if they drink from it, it's going to it might kill your bird. So don't allow them to have access to this water. Preferably, you do this disinfectant when your birds are no longer in the pen. You disinfect this line when your birds are no longer in the pen. This is very, very important, because if they have access to that water, have access to that your disinfected water, it may harm them. It may do a whole lot of negative thing to their health rather than doing them good. This is very important. You must avoid that. Now, which chemicals should you use to disinfect or flush this your nipple line, if you may ask? Now, from research shows that hydrogen peroxide based products are highly effective at removing biofilms. But another powerful option is chlorine tablet, which I normally use. Why do I opt for this option? This is what I normally use. I opt for this option in flushing my poultry drinking line, because it has been very, very effective for me. It is convenient and cost effective. It is a cost effective method for treating poultry drinking lines. Imagine one tablet is being sold for about 250 naira. Because of the size of my farm, with about few tablets, is enough for me to flush my nipple line. So this is why I opt for this chlorine tablet, and it's a very good option too, and it's cheap. So this is all I have for you today. But remember, clean water isn't an option. It is foundational. Very, very important. Remember also, a proper water sanitation program protects birds' health, improves performance, reduces disease outbreak, and save you money on every batch of birds you raise. This is very important. If you want healthy birds, start with clean water line before introducing your chicks. This is important. I have a complete video up here that shows you how to properly clean and disinfect your nipple or bird drinker line. You can check it out for the complete detail on how to do this whole process. If you find this video helpful, kindly subscribe to my channel for more poultry farming tips like this. Turn on the notification icon, like the video, and share with friends. Always remember, clean water equals strong birds. And strong base equals better result. And better result equals more zeros in your bank account. And this is what every farmer wants. Happy poultry farming.